What's up, everyone? Charles Smith here with another story from my project in progress, Aesop the Athlete. This project was inspired by the Fables of Aesop, a collection of some of my favorite stories that I've enjoyed since I was a kid. They're really short stories and they always have a moral at the end. And I decided to update it by having the animals become athletes. So today's story centers on the sport of lacrosse. So let's get to it. Mercury and the Woodman. Woody Cutler loved to toss a lacrosse ball at the wall. Before games, after games, toss, cradle, toss. Hour after hour, day after day. Every point that Woody's ever scored, and he scored plenty, was because of that wall and that old stick of his. The same stick he's had since he first stepped onto the field. A basic white shaft covered in once white grip tape, now thundercloud gray from Woody and the wall. Woody loved that stick. He knew how hard his mother worked to get it for his birthday. "I'll practice with it every day," Woody promised after a big hug to his mother. And true to his word, Woody's been on that wall with that stick ever since. Teammates tried to practice with Woody after games, but they didn't last long. "He just never stops," they would all say, leaving the wall exhausted. But Woody knew that his work on the wall didn't mean a thing if he couldn't do the same on the field. So, to finish off every practice, Woody put his wall work to the test on the field. He jogged onto the field slow, but as he crossed midfield, he sprinted, then zigzagged his way toward the goal. In one smooth motion, he brought the stick back, then launched the ball like a rocket into the back of the net. He raced to retrieve the ball, turned, and sprinted the other direction before doing the same at the other goal. Back and forth, again and again. Woody scored from every angle with the same creativity and intensity that he played with in each game. One particular hot day, Woody found it hard to control the ball with his stick. Sweat poured down his arms and into his hands, making the stick slide with each toss and cradle. Woody did the best he could on the wall, but his luck ran out on the field when he reached back to launch the ball and launched his stick with it. The thundercloud gray lacrosse stick given to Woody from his hard-working mother flew from his hands and on to the next field. The wall separated the two fields, so Woody raced to the other side. There, he found 6 players, 1 goalie in front of each goal and 4 running on the field. They were playing 2-on-2. Woody didn't want to interrupt the game, so he just watched. One player, wearing a bright red jersey with Mercury across the front, scooped the ball up, flipped it to his teammate, then took off toward the net. Woody's eyes stayed on him as Mercury spun his opponent around, then took off again. His teammate tossed a long pass to Mercury that he snagged out of the air with his stick. In one smooth motion, he whirled around and launched the ball into the back of the net. "Game!" Mercury shouted. The players high-fived each other and jogged to the sidelines. Woody made his way onto the field. "What's up, little man?" Mercury asked Woody. Woody said, "I was on the field on the other side and my stick flew out of my hands. Any of you happen to see it?" "Ah," the player Woody called Mercury said, "that was your stick? I thought I heard something crash into our sticks. Let's go take a look." Mercury led Woody over to a pile of colorful lacrosse sticks. Bright red and yellow lightning bolts glimmered on the shaft of each stick. Woody shielded his eyes to get a closer look. The name Herm S was written in fancy script on a bunch of the sticks. "You must really like this Herm S guy, huh?" Woody said. Mercury and his buddies laughed. "Something like that. Here." He passed Woody a glowing gold stick. "Is it this one?" "No," Woody sighed. Mercury rummaged through the sticks again and produced a shining silver stick. "How about this one?" "No," Woody sighed again. "It's just a basic white stick with tape on it. You don't see a basic white stick anywhere in that pile?" Mercury looked around and just off to the side was Woody's basic white stick. "That's it!" Woody shouted. "Thanks so much. I was afraid I had lost it." "You know what, kid?" Mercury said, leaning into Woody. "As you can see, we have plenty of extra sticks. So why don't you take the gold and the silver one?" "Really?" Woody said. He twirled the gold shaft around and noticed that on the other side of the name, Herm S., there was a picture of the player Woody took to calling Mercury. "Hey, wait," Woody said, looking up at the player. "Is that you?" The player looked at Woody, then put a finger over his lips as if telling him a secret. "It'll be our little secret," Herm S. said. The next day at practice, Woody's teammates asked him about the 2 shiny new lacrosse sticks in his bag. "That's a Herm S. stick. He's my favorite lacrosse pro. How'd you get those? Those are top of the line. They don't weigh anything." Woody then proceeded to tell his teammates how the stick flew out of his hands and onto the other field. But when he went to look for it, Herm S. offered the gold and silver sticks in addition to Woody's. Once again, his teammates had questions. "He was practicing on our field? What time? What day?" Over the course of the next few weeks, Woody's teammates went to the field at the time Woody said. They would toss their stick over the wall, race around to find Herm S., and then ask for help finding it. But each time they tried to claim the gold stick as theirs, Herm took not only the gold stick, but their stick also and chased the kids away. The moral of the story, and this is one of my favorites, honesty is the best policy. I hope you enjoyed that one. Be sure to check out all the other stories from Aesop the Athlete. See you soon.